You will always be a monster.
I know. But I am your monster no longer.
The Ghost of Sparta, a name feared by both the men and gods of Greece, a symbol of regret and agony brought on by the deaths of a mother and her child. When Kratos unknowingly murdered his own family in the name of the god of war Ares, a new breed of monster was born. With the ashes of his slain family permanently bonded to his skin, Kratos became the Ghost of Sparta. Kratos seemed to have morphed into the embodiment of anger and hatred towards any deity or adversary that would get in his way, but he would never hate anything else more than himself. Now, being a god, Kratos will live with the guilt of his actions for all of eternity. Although he seems to have forgiven himself and made up for what he has done along with abandoning his fabled moniker. Upon the destruction of Olympus, Kratos somehow made his way to Scandinavia and even settled down with a new wife and child. With his past behind him all the way in Greece, this seemed like a fresh start that Kratos needed. Of course, it never fails that all good things must come to an end. Kratos' wife, Faye, passed away, and we know that he is devastated by it. During the journey to transport Faye's ashes, Kratos wouldn't even let his own son carry them, as he wants to be as close to her as he possibly can. And it almost seems like he even wants to join her wherever she is, judging by how upset he gets over being pulled out of the light of Alfheim. Kratos seems to have once again lost everything, but he's only lost half of everything. He still has his son, Atreus, or as he's known regarding Norse myth, Loki. During their adventures, Kratos is almost overprotective of Atreus, and increasingly hard on him out of fear of losing the one thing he has left. Kratos doesn't want to allow himself to become the person he once was, although he acknowledges that he is still that person. So, the conclusion that we can come to is that Kratos has never changed. He has only replaced his old family with a new one. He's trying to occupy his mind and act like nothing ever happened. He feigns ignorance to the fact that he and his son are gods and that he has done many despicable things. But under all of this, Kratos knows that he will always be the Ghost of Sparta. But will we ever see Kratos reach his breaking point once again? I believe so. He can run away from his past and attempt to change his ways all he wants, but he's going to end up exactly where he started, broken and full of rage. But how, you may ask? Kratos and Atreus are supposed to make it through Ragnarok and end the threat of the Aesir gods, right? Wrong. Ragnarok is going to end horribly for Atreus. If you are familiar with Ragnarok, then you will know that there is a colossal world-ending battle between the Aesir and the giants led by Loki. And further beyond that, you know that Loki is to be killed by Heimdall. So, assuming that the future installments of the God of War series are going to follow the events of Ragnarok somewhat accordingly, Atreus is going to meet his end sooner than later. Many people believe that Kratos is going to be the one to die, but in reality, all odds point to Atreus being the one to fall in battle. God of War is Kratos' story. Creating a sentimental attachment to a character is perfect writing, so it would only make sense for us to somehow deal with the loss of Atreus in some way or another. While loss seems to be a really heavy element in God of War, the series is really centered around the themes of vengeance and tragedy, which many people have forgotten. Wherever Kratos goes, tragedy follows. And to go along with this, another major theme of the series is that of cycles. Although the only cycle really shown would be the cycle of a son killing their father, beginning with Uranus and Kronos and Zeus, and lastly, Zeus and Kratos. But I feel that since Kratos and Atreus have established that the previously mentioned cycle needs to end, another will begin. and that cycle will be that of Kratos' misery and never-ending lust for vengeance. Kratos' story is not a happy one. It never was, and it never will be. Be it in the next game, or the one after it. Kratos is going to once again be the vicious, heartless, and bloodthirsty warrior that we once knew. And Asgard is going to have hell to pay. Alright, discussion time. Let's see what you guys think in the comment section down below. I look forward to seeing all of your responses. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like if you feel the need. So long, guys.